What's going on, good people? How y'all doing, man? It's your boy Cj, and I just want to say, welcome, welcome, welcome. I appreciate y'all for coming in, and I just want to let y'all know that this is the official revamp and the relaunch of the BKE Podcast. Hold on, I'm trying to bring up. Y'all know who it is. It's your boy CJ, and got my co-host here, StepGotJokes. Hope all is well. What's going on, the people in this section, right? If you guys look at the comment section, you guys can post your comments. We'll post your comments down here. I appreciate y'all for, the support and having us to come back. You know what I'm saying? So we glad to be back. If you haven't watched our pre-live, for the TikTokers, we was live on TikTok before the show, and we was able to go ahead and get this thing right. So, we here. You know what I'm saying? So you can follow us on Twitter, Facebook. You can like and subscribe on YouTube. It is free, people. I had the BKE Podcast. The show is live at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time every Saturday. So we got a lot to unpack. We got some great topics. We got some great relevant news here that we're gonna dive in on.
Can you hear me?
I bet. What's good, bro?
Can you hear me?
I think you froze again. Can you hear me, bro?
I hear you, but I don't think you hear me.
I can hear you. What's going on, bro? How's everything been?
Life is amazing. Life is amazing. How about yourself?
Man, it's been good. I can't call it. I don't want to. So, look, man. Before we dive into it, I just want to say that we here to promote mental health awareness, right? Um, Not only amongst the African American community, but specifically to our African American males. So, this is important. We're trying to build a community where it allows us black men, black kings, to be able to feel vulnerable and speak our piece and tell our story. So, thank you guys for tuning in with us, and I hope you guys are ready. This season of this podcast is going to be crazy. So, Steph, what's good with you, man?
Um,
Fixing this do rag, man. We ain't wear do rags in like what 15 years.
um, why don't you wear a do-rag?
Wear do rags, man.
I can't hear you. What'd you say? I legit, man. We got audio issues. Hold on. Hold it on. Give me like 2 minutes to get this figure this out.
So hold up. Yeah, we still trying to figure this audio thing out. We having some audio issues. But let's really dive deep into it real quick. First thing first. First thing first. Chadwick Boseman. Rest in peace. To him. He was such a pillar inside of like the African American movie business, right? In Hollywood, and so sad to see his likely. So he was he officially received his star at the Walk of Fame. So big ups to that man because he deserved. He's deserving. He was a hell of an actor. He was a hell of an actor. Hey, 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 hey. That's what I want y'all to be. I want y'all to be here. So yeah, so Chadwick Boseman, like he had a lot of great roles. He was Thurgood Marshall. I believe he was Jackie Robinson. If I'm not mistaken, correct me if I'm wrong. He was the Black Panther. Um, he's played in a lot of movies and great movies. It's like he has some great roles. And so, as far as like, seeing how, things things turned out for him, like it was sad, but he will be remembered. He'll be on, um, inside of the African American, cinema. Some uh, thoughts and condolences and love goes out to his family. Definitely, he's definitely he's he's go like has to be on like comes to African American male. Argue with me about that. I mean, we can have that conversation, but I don't think he's the Mount Rushmore. I think like what was my first movie that I seen weekend? First movie remembering Chadwick Boseman. So I know a lot of people might say the Black Panther, but what was like the movie that y'all remember um for me it was Draft Day. It was Draft Day for me. Um Draft Day was one of those movies where it really shed a light on the NFL and how they, do things. It was based on a true story too about the doctor, and the concussion protocol and all that good stuff. And Chadwick Boseman played a very key role inside of that as well. And that was the first movie I've actually seen uh Chadwick Chadwick in. So he was also in The Express, the story about the story about uh about Ernie Davis. So, a lot. I don't have to mention the Avengers. The Avengers was, it's just that just goes without saying. But like I said, third message from the King, get on up. The James Brown movie. um, 21 Bridges. He it was a lot. It was a lot, and so his legacy will move on, and it will always be remembered. So definitely shout out to Chad Boseman. He's definitely gonna be missed. He's definitely gonna be loved. Okay, all right. First memory of Chadwick Boseman was in 42. It wasn't Jackie Robinson. That's right. So yeah, that was a great movie. Great movie. Again, like I haven't seen a bad movie from him at all. And when you able to have a actor where you can say that, you know, that's amazing. That is amazing. I didn't know that he had a large catalog until after I seen one of his movies. And so I just, started like going back, watching his movies and stuff like that. So like now watching Black Panther, it's like man, just this is just like mini like of catalog that we see, and I don't know if we'll be able to say so humble. Like he was so humble. Like, guys, can go back to the story that Denzel gave, the heartbreaking and hearing the news and hearing what he was going through, the struggle that he went through, and so and they're not. So it's just crazy, how things turn out, So definitely, again, like rest in hell. I can't say that because we probably won't. Again, we won't look at. I won't look at the Black Panther the same no more. You know what I'm saying? Because he plays such a tremendous role, and I know that the show has to go on, right? But when you see a person that has nailed a role so well, and you just see that character as this person, it's hard to see another person come into the role. You know what I'm saying? And it's not fair to the next person who gets that role. So, it's just how I feel, So it's just how I feel, And I know the next Black Panther movie is coming out soon, right? If I'm not mistaken. So yeah, man. Big ups to him. Shout out to his family, and things like that. So before we move on, again, like I said, if you guys haven't already, make sure that you like and subscribe to, and for those who's watching on YouTube, the BKE Podcast page on Facebook. It is there. Just go ahead and also if you just read for before we actually move on, right? Because like I said, this is the mental health check-in, and I don't just want to just dive on during the pre-show, right? There was a question that was asked about how do we felt about the Chicago incident. How do we feel about the Chicago incident, the woman and her children? Is my audio choppy? Or y'all can't hear me at all? If y'all, hold on, y'all hear me? Oh, it's breaking up. Okay, so my apologies, y'all. We having a little bit of audio issues. Is it choppy? Okay, it's lagging. All right, uh, we're gonna try to keep it going because I don't know. I thought I fixed everything. So if it's still lagging, if it's still like choppy, please let me know so that we can do something about this for the next episode because we don't want this to keep happening. Like we don't want this to keep happening. So appreciate y'all for letting me know. By the way, um, 1 second, I'm trying to see why is this thing going on. Am I, all right, cool. Thank you so much. Okay, try to do this. Maybe. All right. So let's say I'm sorry, just a little bit. All right. So am I good now? Am I good? Let me know if I'm good before I keep going. I appreciate y'all for still tuning in. Like I said, we still iron out the kinks. So it's we've been gone for some time, so we just trying to get new to this whole like ordeal and the connection and all issues and the whole like, shebang. The woman and her two kids being jumped by like a bunch of um grade schoolers, and I was like, even like still to this day, like I really think that like what was happening. like what was going on, and I think it was a lot about you know how did it happen? You know, apparently adult said, you know, there was a video out and try to stop it, or something like that. So like I don't know. Like it's hard for me to like even say anything about that because I don't know what to say. Like it was definitely like it was despicable. It was heinous. It was ridiculous, and those kids should be held accountable as such. It ain't they just kids. Like we're past that at this moment, right? We're past that, and it was just wild to see some shit like that. And like it was just wild. Excuse my language, but like that's how angry I was watching that. You know what I'm saying? That's like it's like you watching your own, you know, live on national television, not just local, national television, and you watching this happen, and you like looking at your kids saying, "Oh yeah, we're gonna beat this woman and her two kids with my friends because it's so cool." That's the problem now. It's the problem. There is no guidance, and it has been for some while. I'm saying like there's no guidance now. There were guidance. I was growing, you know, in generation before me. We or Miss Lane catches us outside and she gonna call our moms. By the time we get in the house, we in trouble because my mom already know. A lot. Like I think parenting has changed in this day and age, and maybe it could be because the the uprising of technology and the reliance on technology. Man, yeah.
I'm back.
Real.
Uh, sorry
So,
for disrupting the broadcast. As
on
you
that-
were saying,
so we were just like talking a little bit about before we move forward. We talked about Chadwick Boseman already. So, um, what did
so
you
yeah,
on that?
so I actually I was listening on that part, the chat with Bozeman part. I don't think there's a less controversial person to put, in the Hall of Fame than Chadwick Boseman. He wasn't just great on camera, but anytime you heard people speak about him, whether it be fans, whether it be his contemporaries, everybody had a glowing review of him. At he was, a an elite human being, right? So I
Absolutely.
again, y'all talked about y'all first films. I know the most cliche one, but to me, it for me, it was Black Panther. He became in other words, he became my Superman in my lifetime. You know what I mean? Had, um, that's how big that role was for me. How impactful it was for me. And I get it. I seen him in plenty of things before that, but once he did that, he became the superhero to my children. Like my son, his he had his first Christmas. His first Halloween. I'm saying he was Black Panther. When he came home from the hospital, he was wearing a Black Panther uniform. That nigga, I was at work for a week straight. You hear me? I wasn't even saying what's up, nigga. I was just, and you know what's up. Yeah, man. R.I.P. to a legend. He is more than loved, and he will be more than missed, man. Uh, Plays a little bit sadder without him. But what was the second thing we talked about? Can you hear anything I'm saying? I don't know what's going on right now. All right, comments. All right, Shinar has looks stuck. I think CJ stuck. Yeah, I'm not sure what's going on, and I guess I'm just gonna transition to the next topic that we had, which was uh uh Marshawn Keelan, um, NFL player, uh, passed away. I believe it was about 5 days ago now. I say passed, but well, when they first reported it, they were very to say um, um, withholding in some of the details of how he passed, and later found out that he committed suicide. Um, CJ, you back?
Yeah, I'm back.
Okay,
My
so
bad.
I had started talking about Marshawn Keelan. Did you talk about that at all, or was
No,
it me?
no,
And I'm
it's a
sorry.
good. That's a good segue.
Okay, yeah, a brother gone too soon.
Yeah, Marshawn. Yeah,
From
you're right.
Yeah, so from what I heard from the reports, I kind of glanced over. His girlfriend said, yeah, he had been suicidal. Um, Apparently she told the cops like, no, he's not bluffing. Like he will do it. All right. So it's sad, and he just scored his first touchdown as an NFL player, like the Sunday before it all happened. Um, so even when it seemed like somebody on a high, you don't know what they're actually going through. I guess it's just me again. I'll wait for him to take over the conversation. Okay, so as far as I'm not sure if he had children. I do know he had a girlfriend, you know, and so my condolences to everybody that that impacted. But what do you learn from this, right? What do we take from this situation? Um, because like I said, one would think everything was all right in his world, right? So, what are the signs, right? How do we know? Uh, Let me get some conversation. It was devastating, hey guys. Okay. Yes, check on your loved ones for sure. Um, I don't. I remember a couple years ago I had a dream about a cousin that passed away, and I called him, and he was all right. He was doing fine. Apparently, that was the wrong cousin because another one of my cousins had passed like that night I had that dream. So yeah, man, just check on your people. CJ, all right, what's going on with your streaming?
I don't know, man. Can you hear me?
I hear you now. You sound perfect.
All right. Yeah, man. Like it's. I think it's something going on with like this. this laptop for some reason. So I apologize, y'all, but I think we back in the fold a little bit, right?
Mm.
Yeah.
Get that laptop from Timu, man. I told you. Stop. You can't be cutting corners, big dog.
Man, listen, like I'm trying, man, but wait.
Mm. I wish I had more details because I really don't know
So
what that young man was going through.
yeah, yeah, like we don't know exactly what he's going through, but one thing that like I like to hear, like, have you heard the entire like conversation between his girlfriend or wife and the dispatcher?
I heard some of it. Not the whole thing.
Okay. So it was it's she so after she reported it, the police was in pursuit, and they were first looking at the heat signature in the house, but then they realized it was somebody in the porta potty, and they heard the gunshots, and the only thing they seen was blood coming out of the porta potty. And man, like that right there, I don't even like it. Like still, I'm still like numb to it. I'm still numb to it. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm like, dang, that could have been anybody. Could have been anybody. And
I don't
again,
know
like
what you're saying.
what I'm saying is it could have been anybody, bro. Like I don't know. Like the way I see it is that I don't know if I missed it before you said it, but check on the people that's right beside you. Like it's important because you don't know what that person is going through.
So I am curious, right? Because I don't want to just make speculations. I wonder if there was any connection to any CTE or any brain trauma like that may have caused, you know, the it's a lot, he played in the trenches. So it's a lot of helmet
So
to helmet, a lot of, you know, concussions that go unreported when you play in those trenches.
I
You
don't
know.
know. Yeah, I don't know per se, but what I do know was that there were times where he was dealing with dealing with certain things, you know what I'm saying, and his girlfriend always been there for him. Is was the point, but
But
be
what?
we have to be proactive in checking in on each other, man, because that right there, it really did something to me. Like it really did something to me because I also had a friend who took his own life, and it really did, like it it triggered me. It triggered me bad because it's like, dang, like who was there? Nobody seen the signs. Nobody seen the symptoms. And I know it's hard to find those like those signs, but how hard was it though? Is the question. Like,
Well, there's that, and then there's also the ability to fight it. Um, you have to talk to people about fighting it because there's going to be times when it's not. Somebody can't be around you 24/7, right? And but if you have these preventative conversations and where you're preparing for the dark moments, because the dark moments will indeed come. They come for all of us, all right? Then
yeah,
you'll be more equipped to handle it, right? And especially just the best piece of info, the best advice I've ever heard about suicide was hey, it's a permanent solution for a temporary problem, right? It's it was the best way I've ever heard it put, right? And
No, I agree. Go ahead, man.
I mean, I just don't want to sound so cliche, right? You you have to find the goodness in life. Sometimes that's a journey. Sometimes people don't find it as unfortunate as this young man. Um, and the crazy thing is like a million people would have changed lives with him in a second.
I agree.
In a second. So it's not about what I accomplished, about how much money I got. It's like no one's absolved from uh, experiencing darkness in their lives. Mm. But I don't because I don't have much information on this. I don't really want to stay here too long and beat on this horse.
Right.
Um, but yeah, do we there's every hey, if you're experiencing this, there's a suicide prevention or a help number in your area. You know what I mean? It's a Google away. Hell, if you go on YouTube and type I want to blank myself, it'll give you a help number. Seriously. All right. Uh, CJ, what's the next topic?
Yeah. My bad, man. Um, yeah. So, hmm, Delta State University back in September, right? There was a tree hanging death. Um, that was happening to a
Bro, I'm
student.
gonna stop you. I'm gonna stop you, bro. This is the saddest goddamn episode we done ever did, bro.
Yeah, I agree.
Man,
Based
go
on
ahead.
what?
Uh, all right. All right. What we talking about? All right.
So we talking about the hanging at Delta State University back in September.
Okay.
So, whew, Lord. So the student, um, I had it up for a second. Um, Give me one second. Yeah, Demar Reed. He was found hanging in the tree at Delta State University, and they did the whole autopsy and investigation, and the autopsy found that there was no ill will or harm done to the victim. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to say the word victim. His name is Demar. His name is Demar, and the parents of Mr. Reed wants an ongoing investigation about it, and I agree. Like that this shit right there, man. This is like, there's no
So,
way. Like I don't know, bro. Like you can't tell me that. I know that there are people who struggle. Like we just talk about it with Neelan, but I can't believe that a guy would go as far as hanging himself on a tree. There's no fucking way.
uh,
What's your thoughts on it?
I agree with you. I mean, where did it happen again?
Yeah, Delta State University in
Where is Delta
Mississippi.
State in Mississippi?
Yes, sir.
Do we need to say more?
Absolutely not.
I mean, why this this doesn't pass the smell test at any capacity. They know that.
Yeah, absolutely not. Like,
They know that, and they know a lot of families don't have the resources to, get a alternative autopsy or, hire a private investigator into it, right? So a
hmm
lot of people just goes under the rug, right? This is just so happens that this one made local news. I'm still not certain that something's going to happen.
so
And
the
I'm not
initial,
sure. Listen, I don't have 100% because sometimes you hear stuff on TV that's not factual. So I'm gonna say this, and I haven't read anywhere that this is factual. But someone said that his legs were broken at the time of his death. Like I don't know how you can have broken legs and hang yourself.
yeah,
Again, don't know what truth that has to it. So again,
so his body was found hanging on a tree. Some members of the family and occupants said they believe he was lynched. And I haven't seen anything about like the broken legs. As far as the article that I read earlier, and I'm looking back at it right now. Um, yeah, I don't see anything about like the broken leg, but just stuff like this is it's triggering. Like it's triggering because it keeps happening. And it keeps happening to us. Mainly, it keep happening to the African American men.
so
And go ahead.
no, this should be a call to action to the people in that community. We can't, as like individuals, we can't riot for every single incident that happens. It's too much for individuals. But in that community, you should be organizing. You should be loud. You should be boisterous. You should be making your presence felt. You have to meet evil with the same vitriol that it meets you with. Because evil does not sleep, it does not rest, it does not
Nope.
consider, it does not waver. Neither should justice. Neither justice should be just as vigilant, just as hardworking, just as prevalent, just as consistent.
I agree. No arguments here. No arguments here. It definitely needs to be a call to action. And I really hope like the parents' cry for justice is heard. Shit like this gotta stop.
Amen. Amen. I agree.
Um, please, by all means, folks, share your comments and your thoughts about these last few topics that we spoke on. By all means, like you guys don't have to keep a closed mouth on this. I'm sure it's just as triggering to a lot of people as it is to like myself, and I ain't gonna speak for my co-host. You know what I'm saying, but it has been triggering. But this is why we here though, right? This is why we here. We here to talk about mental health and really expand on and really like share our thoughts and
And
things of that nature.
and before we move on to a situation, I do want to say, rest in peace to Rodney Rogers, former NBA player, just passed away. I believe it was either yesterday or today.
Oh wow.
Um, yeah, but salute to him. 54 when he died, still a young man, relatively.
Mm,
That's we gotta have our health. That's another part of this
absolutely.
BKE thing, getting our health. We want to be here for as long as we can be here.
Appreciate that, man. I definitely agree. Definitely agree. Um, the next topic at hand is former NBA player Patrick Beverley um is facing a third degree felony assault for beating on his baby mother, girlfriend, wife.
No, 16-year-old sister.
Shit, excuse my
So
language.
so what? From what I read from seeing, was it CNN? Oh,
Hmm.
they said in their Texas, in his mother's home in Texas, um, sister sister 16-year-old snuck out to see some boy. I guess got him back, brought him back to the house. Called over, called Pat over. Pat shows up, and I guess some arguing ensued. And from his sister's testimony, he choked her. He grabbed his hands around her neck, choked her, had her in the air. Her feet were off the ground from what she's saying. Um, now there were, uh, bruises around her neck that corroborate the story. Um, I don't know what happened with the boy. I don't know when the police showed up. The article didn't really give blow by blow. Um, she said she couldn't breathe. You know, and here we are. He's facing third degree assault, felony assault charges. So, what are your thoughts initially hearing this news?
I don't care what the argument or anything was about. She's 16 years old. And not saying that 16-year-olds shouldn't be held accountable, but from the story, from the report that I read, says here, and I quote, grabbing her by the neck with a tight grip and punching her in the eye while you were strangling her, basically. You're an NBA athlete. You're an NBA athlete. You punching on the 16-year-old girl while you're choking her. You're disgusting. You're disgusting. And you should be held accountable. You should be put behind bars for that.
I don't have that same take. I feel like that's a terrible take. Um, just being honest.
Hey, look, that's why we
She
here,
was
brother.
called. He was called over there for a reason. The
Okay.
daughter was on. The daughter was on bullshit. Her boyfriend was over there on bullshit. Right. The fact that he punched her and not the nigga tells me you were talking crazy.
I
That's
don't
what
know,
that tell
man.
me. You would
I,
talk.
I, I,
I don't gotta listen to you. You ain't my daddy, and you talking to the nigga who paid for everything. Now, I hate to say it, but he may not be able to financially abuse you no more. I mean, he may not be able to physically abuse you, but be prepared for the financial abuse.
I gotta disagree with that, man. Like, I mean, no, even if that is true, what you said, right? Even that it is true, what you said. My thing is this: you practically choked her out. While you were choking her out, you hit her in the eye.
See, but this is where okay, I do believe he did choke her. I do believe he hit her. I believe the assault thing, right? Um, but he had you in the air and punched you. He not that goddamn strong. Come on,
Are you sure?
no.
Like you could, like you seen these NBA athletes, bro. Like he might look scrawny. He might look scrawny, brother. But come on, man. Like this 16-year-old, like this 16-year-old girl. Like I'm just
Do
gonna
you
chalk it
have
up, bro.
any
I
idea how
I,
difficult it is to hold a human being up by their neck?
I do, I do.
So you
But
understand
I'm not
how
moving it past the NBA athlete though
you
that has been in the
no,
gym,
bro,
that
no,
has been in
bro.
the gym countless and
Stop. We talking about a guy who retired years ago.
what they mean. You can still they can still be working out after the pros. We seen countless of athletes do it.
See, and And Jersey says could have had her pressed against the wall. That is more realistic. You had her pressed against the wall and you punched her. That sounds realistic. Have her. I got her hanging up in the air and punching her. That sound like make believe. They don't even. The bullies don't even do that
Yeah,
in the
I see
in
what
the.
you
In
mean.
the
I see what you mean. I see what you mean. Yeah, I guess. Yeah, okay. I see what you mean. As far as having a press up against the wall is realistic, but you're saying along the lines of actually like holding her up in the air, dead weight.
hmm Yeah, because that
Yeah, no.
will cause that
Mm-mm.
because that'll cause you to. I mean, that's like it's almost like hanging somebody.
Yeah,
You're being hanged by your neck, literally. If someone got you in the air, you're literally being hanged by your neck.
but yeah, yeah. I definitely do.
And listen, I do think he was wrong for his actions. Um, I also think he was wrong for being called over there. Mama, you need to learn how to control your house. Your son ain't your husband. You sent
Yeah,
your son on a
okay.
crash out mission. Now he done crashed out. Cause niggas be tender about their mama.
Yeah,
You need to protect your son. Protect the breadwinner. Girl, come on. She live in the suburbs in Houston, out there in Houston. Girl. We know who ain't paying for that, and we know who is. Protect the golden goose. I don't know why we don't understand this. The golden goose should never be the crash out guy. Yeah, he did that in the NBA. He got paid to do that in the NBA. Plus, no one actually got hurt.
so
This
what
is
do you
this is foolishness. She shouldn't have called
so
him. Mama wrong for calling him over there.
put them in the situation is what you're saying?
Yes.
So here's my only thing. Here's my only thing, right? Mama did call him, and he jumped because that's his mama.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? No issues with that. But you, as a grown man, controls your actions and how you react. That's
Mm-hmm.
why I'm holding them accountable for it.
I mean, but you're just saying the obvious. He went to jail. He is facing charges. He's probably going to
Mm,
get convicted.
no,
So to say I'm holding you accountable, well, that's like saying yes,
yeah. So I
Captain
mean, like,
Obvious. But we need to assess the entire situation.
but at the same time, like, yeah, like you're absolutely right. He is facing those charges, but like I said, it's rightfully so. It's rightfully so. Now, I definitely think
No,
you
no,
know,
no, he earned it now. We agree.
yeah,
I just don't think that is the big takeaway. I think that's the obvious point of it, right? NBA player goes to jail. Well, you can read that on the screen. Um, the biggest thing is again, if I don't work and I got someone to take care of me, why am I putting them in positions to lose their ability to make money and take care of us?
you got a point.
See, men and women both protect. It looks different, right? What you seen Patrick Beverley do, go over there for his mama like Rambo, cause the girl probably talking crazy to his mama, and he done lost his shit on the girl. Again, out of bounds, but in that his head, that's what protection look like. For men, it's a, see that's a twisted sense of protection, right? And her, she don't got no. The mom ain't got protection either because you caught this boy. I'm gonna call him boy. You caught this man here on your daughter. That is your child. You're not protecting her, and you're not protecting him. You don't put your children in compromising situations. That's not what protection looks like. They need, they need,
I
they
agree.
need something. They need to get together, but this ain't it.
Absolutely, absolutely. No arguments there on that part. No arguments there on that part. So, mm, Pat Bev, man, Pat Bev, certified crash out.
And what's weird is watching your show, like and watching you over the years, you seem like an advocate for women, like an advocate for protecting women, and you punched your sister in the face. I mean, maybe it's more to the story, but it make you seem like a hypocrite.
Hello,
Anywho,
there you go,
next topic.
there you go, there you go. Way to put that nail in the coffin, brother. Way to put that nail in the coffin. Um, all right, so now we're about to dive in to some deep stuff right now. Right, we about to dive into it. We got two big questions that kind of like haven't really been answered or haven't really been talked about because it's overlooked a lot. It's overlooked a lot. So here's the first question: are men worthy of love, or must he earn it?
mm, mm. I want to know what the chat think. I want to know what the chat
Yeah,
got to say.
yeah. Chat, what y'all got to say? What y'all got to say? Please, by all means, don't shy away from answering this question. I want to hear y'all thoughts about it. So again, and fellas, mainly y'all, I want to hear y'all thoughts about it. And the women that are watching this, we want y'all to answer this as well. Are men worthy of love, or must he earn it?
And if you're catching this on the rewatch broadcast, that's cool. Still comment what you think because we will read them comments. We want to know what you
Absolutely.
think sincerely. But go ahead, CJ. What do you believe?
I'm gonna let you go first.
Okay, well, this has been a pretty cliche saying as lately, where it's been like, well, the only one as a man, the only people who are going to love you, only person that's going to ever love you unconditionally is your mama, right? Unconditionally, right? That means no matter what you bring to the table, what you fall short in, what you have and don't have, the only person that's going to love you is your mama. That is
Mm,
true. That is the truest thing you'll ever see. That's why losing your mom is one of the toughest things that you'll have to experience as a man. Hopefully, um, you know, you get to keep your mom around for as long as humanly possible, right? But that doesn't happen for everybody. I'll say, they said the only people that get uh, love unconditionally is women, children, and puppies, right? But um, but it makes sense, right? Because what woman wants to be with a man who ain't got no motion, who ain't got nothing going, who don't take care of himself, who's not, you know, when men, okay, we talk about these incels, right? And how,
right.
of course, women don't aren't attracted to them, and they complain about women not talk, and we talk about how they get mad at women because the women aren't choosing them, right?
Mm-hmm.
And what we tell them, hey, don't get mad with the women. They're not your enemy, they're your audience. If your audience isn't connecting with you, you have to change what you're doing. Right? You have to become see, and this is what I'm talking about. You have to become the person that they will
Mm,
want to love.
okay, I'm with you.
You know what I'm saying?
All right, I'm walking with you.
And we see it in men's work. That's why a lot of times you see a man not be that dude in his 20s, 30s. He get a little, he get a little momentum. It's crazy, but niggas be in their late 30s, 40s, early 40s, peaking at their prime. I'm talking about out, talking about in the streets. You understand me?
Mm-hmm.
I'm talking about in it. You're not hearing me.
I hear you.
You ain't got no rebuttal. That's what I'm saying. I'm feel. Which, hey, I'm gonna say y'all sometimes. CJ finna be like, "Damn, I agree."
Nah,
Go ahead and say y'all
actually,
sometimes. He finna be like, "I agree
I
with
nah
everything he just
nah
said."
nah. Actually, like I think it's a little bit of both. I think men are worthy of love, but I also think he must earn it. Um, like love is a what's the good term for it? Love is where you have to really understand it. You have to really understand love. You have to really understand what you're in for this love. And love is different when it comes to the kind of relationship that you're in. Like everybody's love relationship isn't the same. And I think that's the problem that we have nowadays is people see these social media relationships, these real housewives relationships, these love and hip hop relationships, or just like, these famous people, not even famous people, just people in general, like social media and the quote unquote the cliche kind of relationship. Like everybody's relationship is different. The love between Cardi B and Stephon Diggs ain't the same as everybody else. The love between the love between Jay-Z and Beyonce ain't the same for everybody else. But you gotta create your own love bond. And the question about are men worthy of love or must they earn it, you gotta make yourself worthy. Matter of fact, both both parties have to be worthy and both parties must earn it. That's how I feel about
Um, yeah, I don't agree with that at all.
it. Of
Um,
course you don't.
I mean, I was agreeing with you up until you said like the last two sentences, and it was like,
Oh man.
was that your takeaway?
So you was
uh,
walking with me and then turned down the wrong corner. I
yeah,
got you,
yeah,
man.
yeah.
I
You
got
missed
you.
me. Yeah, you missed me at the end. Um, but when you started off, you said it's both, right? You have to
hmm
earn it, and you are worthy of it, right?
hmm
Just your humanity, you are deserving of love. You see what I'm saying? Just on a human level. So I agree with that, right? But I was just speaking to when I was speaking, I was just speaking to what it is, not necessarily what it should be, right? So I think those are things that conflict what we face and what should be, like um, I guess expectation versus reality.
Right.
So 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 then I'm here, right? And then you have these conflicting points where the word worthiness, I'm not even sure if worthiness can be earned, right? Because if somebody don't, it's like some things like you shouldn't have to earn. You shouldn't have to earn respect, right? You should. I think someone should respect you off the get go, right? You
Absolutely.
can lose that respect,
Right.
but you shouldn't be starting off trying to earn someone's respect because I don't think you can. You can't earn the respect of someone who doesn't respect you. It doesn't happen. You can't tell me the story what happens, right?
But res- can you also expect that respect when you first meet somebody?
Well, again, you can. Um, I, I can increase the level of respect I have for you. Like, it's a general. First of all, it's a general level of respect you need to give everybody, right? Because
Absolutely.
you know, you and I know if you go around being disrespectful, you don't know how that's gonna play out for you. You know what I'm saying? It can get dangerous real
hmm
fast.
Absolutely.
So it's a certain level of human decency and respect that you give everyone, right? But then there's like my respect for you grew, or I could lose it. But to come in and say I gotta earn the the baseline level of respect, that's you can get that out of here. You just a disrespectful person.
Okay, I agree with that. I see that. See that part. Um, yeah. So it's something that you said in the beginning before you went on your pathway to understanding. So one of the things that really stood out to me what you said was about respect, right? Is you got to be able to respect yourself for somebody else to respect you. And
Hmm.
I'm really big on that. Like, not saying that I ain't gonna respect you regardless, but you can't expect me to take you serious if you don't take yourself serious. You can't expect for me to say, oh, all right, cool, let me respect you if you don't respect yourself.
Hmm.
So why should I give you the respect if you don't respect yourself?
Well, me personally, even if you don't respect yourself, I'm not finna disrespect you. I'm just not. I'm
Right.
not wired like that. I'm not a punch you while you down kind of guy. However, I know a lot that are, and they will absolutely take advantage of you, and they will beat you while you down. Right? You the low hanging
Hmm.
fruit. Right?
Hmm.
And if you let it keep going on, it will. I always say a motherfucker gonna play in your face if you let them. They will.
Hmm. Check what y'all think, man. Like we talked about it. Before we move on, please, by all means, let us know what y'all think. Are men worthy of love, or must he earn it? I definitely want to hear the women on this, though. I want to hear the women's side of this because I'm intrigued to see, what y'all think. David, what up, David? Appreciate you for commenting, man. Appreciate you, brother. By all means, if you got something to add to this conversation, then speak up, brother. But
Mm.
man, yeah, that was a good what you said. So it's definitely true. I think that us men need to really uh focus on that general respect. Not all men have it. I ain't gonna lie.
Well, no, 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 to a degree, because if you start getting disrespectful, is nigga gonna have to step outside.
Yep. That's what Cameron said, right? Asia. Hey, look, you can step outside if that's what you want to do. You know what I'm saying? But I'm tired. Like
No, I don't think that's what he. I don't think. I didn't think he was inviting him to fight. I think it was.
I'm just saying, like you saying, like you can talk out, like we can talk outside, but you're done here, pretty much. It's like what I'm getting at. You know what I'm saying? It's like, but respect goes a long way, and I need everybody to understand that. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got to disrespect anybody. You ain't got to disrespect anybody. It's like my wonderful co-host has said here. You ain't got to disrespect the guy just because he don't respect himself or disrespect anybody in general. But
Mhm.
um, one thing that I've learned in my 34 years of living uh, is that respect is free to give.
Mhm. So is disrespect. That's free too.
Absolutely. Absolutely. They both free. And while both is free with the disrespect, you can get the receipt of these hands too. Absolutely.
All right.
um, The next question go. The next question, man. Next question. Um, is it as simple as go where you are valued? Is that simple? Job was good. Job. What's up, Logic? Shout out to Logic and around this union. Most definitely. All day, every day. Salute.
So for me, well, I'm no, I went first last time, bro. You got to go
Yeah.
first, bro.
Is it as simple as go where you are valued? I don't think it's that simple. I don't think it's that simple. Because for me, um, like for
Pregnant
me,
pause.
I wanna for me, like I wanna go I do wanna go somewhere where I'm valued. But if I feel in the slightest, like you don't care or what I'm saying, like you don't care to have me around, why should I give you my presence? Like why should I?
Hmm.
So that's just where I go with it. I don't need to go no further about it.
So it is as simple as just go where your value.
Yeah, I wouldn't say it's simple. Because even if people do want you around, like even if people do want you around to see the value of you being around, like how value is it? Like what is the value? What is the benefit of the value?
So I'm gonna say this um, in regards to because that's loaded. That's a loaded question, right? So in regards to business, right? Yes, I may value you, but this might make more sense to do this thing, right? That make more sense. But then when we talk to as far as relationships, right? Or even for me personally, like I'm going to be with a black woman, right? I don't really care what the circumstances are. You know what I'm saying? I don't
Hmm.
care if my stock with black women fell, my loyalty is with them. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's it's like if I want to do business with black people, right? It's like you got to put an emphasis on on doing business with black people. Sometimes it's not always the best business sense. Sometimes you might lose money. Sometimes you might
Hmm.
sacrifice quality. Um, but how important is that to you? So no, I don't think it's as simple as go where you are valued.
So that's the way of putting it. That's the way of putting it. And that's why I asked that question. Like, what's the benefit of said value? And you did, dive into it, but in a broader sense of it, it was like just like you said, you know, just dating a black woman or, just shopping with, black owned businesses or just your business being open to the African American culture, right? And it's in a specific aspect. You do hurt yourself in the quality of your said brand, whether it's your relationship, whether it's the business, whether it's that, right? But I think we have to think about the benefit of the value at the end of the day. Where's the benefit at? And it's not an easy answer. It's a loaded question. And it's going to take a lot of figuring it out. It's going to take a lot of figuring it out to be able to understand fully 100%.
Did you check the chat?
Yeah, I do check the chat. There's nothing yet. So, check. listen, man. We want you guys to engage with us. So by all means, if you guys don't understand the question, by all means, ask us. I think me and Step can break it down for you in a general, not even general, in a better sense for your understanding. Um, but again, the question is it as simple as go where you are valued?
Yes. And you say, and to that you say,
What do you mean?
yes or no, yay, nay.
No, it's not simple.
Oh, well, we agree here. And listen, I think we can conclude the podcast here. Yes, just say no better. Yeah, yeah. Like I said, we can conclude the podcast here.
Yeah.
This has been good. It's been good conversation. A little start off a little sad. We were like
Yeah.
dead nigga, dead nigga.
Yeah. But
Nigga
and
chokes out
that
sister.
that's
That
why I
was
tell people,
crazy.
man. That's why I tell people, man. You gotta buckle up, man, because it was this is how it starts, right? And it's going to get better as we talk about things because we want to open up, right? And I want you guys to open up, to be able to speak on what you guys feeling, whether it's about Marshawn Kneeling, whether it's about Mr. Reed at Delta State University, whether it's about Chadwick Boseman, you know what I'm saying? And then getting to, our fellow, you know, NBA African American athlete choking and strangling a 16-year-old girl. You know what I'm saying? And so this is why we here, right? To be able to expand and talk about these things and get our philosophy and our mindset to be able to feel vulnerable, to be able to speak out. Because a lot of us feel like we have to think twice or we have to watch what we say because the masses might not like what we say. I say damn it to all. You know what I'm saying? Damn it the hell's all of it. You know what I'm saying? Speak your mind. Be free to be able to speak. Because if you don't, then we're back at square one. Final thoughts for you, Scott?
Um, I just want to say R.I.P. Benji. Salute to him. And we can end it on that note.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Benji was one of our former co-hosts of the BKE Podcast. Um, he had a terminal illness, and he was called to the heavens. Um, you know, I'm not gonna say earlier than expected because nobody knows when the call is coming when you get in that call. So he was called to the heavens, and rest in peace to him. Because he really fought. He fought a lot with the passing of his wife. And then the hearing his passing, it really hurt me. It really hurt me deep because like he's been fighting for so long. And so thank you, Step, for bringing that up. And I again thank you all. Rest in peace to Benji. You know what I'm saying? We still love you, dog. We love you. I
He's
hope
a
you
real
open.
nigga.
Yeah, man. He was a real nigga, man. He was funny. You know what I'm saying? And it's my road dog, man. You know what I'm saying? That was my road dog. But I want to thank everybody for tuning in with us today. Again, like I said, this show is live at 7 p.m. Eastern every Saturday. We wish everybody happy holidays, a happy Thanksgiving. So this next episode this weekend will be pre-recorded. Okay, it will be pre-recorded, but we won't leave you guys in the wind without an episode. All right, so there will be an episode at 7 p.m., but it will be pre-recorded for everybody to tune into while they still are stuffed with turkey. I was gonna say a different word. I had to pause myself. But you guys have a great night, man. Shout out to my co-host, Step Got Jokes. Shout out to the audience and the listeners. I'm your host, Cj the Hub. You guys have a good one. Peace out.